Your mama sure does care about your schooling, son.
Voch is actually like one of the most entertaining people I watch.
Like the stream, you heard? Man, we ain't doing nothing else. Like the stream, you heard? Let's do this, man. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Let's run this damn intro, man. It's good. Ass whoop for sure.
Beats Planet.
Big shouts, big shouts, big shouts. Big shouts, big shouts, big shouts, big shouts.
Well, come on inside and get yourself something cool to drink.
And when he speaks, I believe him.
Hey, Bachi.
VOCHLOMBARDI. I appreciate y'all for tapping in with me. Love y'all to peace. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? All right then. Appreciate y'all, man. If you want to see me and Foots fight about Tyler Booker, then you could tap into his stream with Skywalker Steel. I love them dudes so much. I tapped into their live stream on my lunch break.
I'm
at the .com or whatever. They asked me if I wanted something to eat. I'm like, nah, man, I'm good. I like to stay sharp for the show. I don't want to be sleepy or nothing like that for the show. So I said, I'm good. They said, well, we got chicken, filet mignon, and catfish. I say, she. Hey, man. I opened up the show with something. You better play it by ear. You ain't nothing but a deer. I opened up the show with something. I wanted to just kind of elaborate on what I meant there. First of all, the Cowboys selected with the 12th overall pick there. They selected guard Tyler Booker from the University of Alabama. Let me just play this for everybody and let me see what y'all hitting on when y'all hear this. Let me just tap it.
You said, quote, I make guys not love football anymore. What does it feel like to see the love of football leave someone's eyes?
it feels great, you know, like football is a child's game. So like people wake up, be like, man, I can't wait to play this football game today. They listen to their hype music, they take all the pre-workout, they get so excited to play football until they come across Tyler Booker. And then when I'm going after you, quarter after quarter, play after play, series after series, and I start to see that love leave their eyes, like that's what makes me love the game. Like I just really love.
I like that call.
seeing-
I like that call.
I just love football.
I like that call. Yeah, you just got me right. Hey, he got me ready to go. I ain't gonna lie. He got me ready to go.
Bro, I'm gonna play right now.
Yeah, God. Let's go. Yeah, he got me hype. I ain't gonna lie.
All right.
I wasn't laughing at Tyler Booker. What Tyler Booker said doesn't make me laugh. It makes me smile, but it didn't make me laugh. Brian Peters in the comments said, Voch had the special with a hot chocolate. If y'all remember the Alicia Keys video, the You Don't Know My Name video, Mos Def walking there, and every week he get the special with the hot chocolate. I just thought that was hysterical. Brian Peters said that. That's what I was laughing at. Tyler Booker, his comments, however, did make me laugh. They did not make me laugh. I didn't think it was funny what he said. He made me, I went, you know what I'm saying? What Tyler Booker said made me scrunch up my face and go, I opened up my show. I said, when he speaks, I believe him. Let me just rewind you to last year's pick. Because there are some goofy ass people afoot that don't know how Voch get down. It's all right. Because I'm from Natchez and I'm arrogant enough to remind you. I saw, comment somewhere that says, well, it's an offensive lineman. Voch is going to love any offensive lineman pick. He's hyping this pick up. Well, I'm on record for not loving some offensive line picks, so don't let the peanut gallery lie to you. Plus, something I did this year that was different than what I've done any other years, I've made my board public. And if you tune into the Doing All Right show every night and you don't miss shows, you was there when I said, hey, man, I got a first-round grade on Tyler Booker. I'm not going to be a coward about it. He's going to be my only first-round graded guard, and I'm going to leave him right there. I thought Tyler Booker was going to be a guy that goes, wherever guards go. I don't know where people take guards or whatever, but I put him in my first-round grades because I thought that highly of the player. So if anybody think that I'm being wishy-washy about, about some draft integrity or something like that, check the records. They all out there. This is the internet. It's accessible for you. I think this Tyler Booker pick is fantastic. I think it's fantastic. Is it the pick that I wanted? Not quite, because I wanted Ted McMillan. I think that's a misconception that a lot of people are missing. And I had to fight with Foots about this because I think Foots was so in his feelings. I love Foots to pieces, and I said this to his face. I think Foots was so in his feelings that he kind of missed where I was coming from. I was hoping that Teteroa McMillan would be there, but he was not. You understand what I'm saying? So if McMillan's not there, now what you have is a bunch of dudes that's graded similarly. You know what I'm saying? You got a bunch of dudes that's graded similarly. So when you have dudes that are graded similarly, now it's up to the league to kind of flesh out where those guys are going to go. We knew Carter, Genty, Graham, Hunter, Ward. We knew those guys were going to fill up the front portion. But whenever Ted left, and I didn't think that Ted was going to be available for the Cowboys. If you been listening to me the past couple of months under the Doing All Right, man, McMillan is my 6th overall player. Why would he be there? Why would he be there? You know what I'm saying? Why would he be at 12th overall if he's my 6th best player or my 5th best? So I think once McMillan came off the board, now it's time to really read your board and see who stacks up where. I think something that's important that I think some people miss, including Foots, and I love Foots. So we here to do a live stream and kind of go over this. It was in the secret audio. It was when Tyler Booker was talking to Clayton Adams. Did y'all catch it when he said it? I've said it a few times. I think some people missed it. He was talking to Clayton Adams. I think we got a humongous clue about what's going to happen. Here we go. I think we got a humongous clue about what's going to happen scheme-wise here. Man, look at Voch Lombardi going crazy with that damn, black knit tie real quick. Why? Hold on. Here we go.
Further the winning tradition in Alabama, that's the same way I feel about coming to the Dallas Cowboys, and then especially being on a team and being a part of a brand so iconic. Just as
no, that's the interview. Hold on.
And so we talk about all these
plays on.
Give me that secret audio. And give me.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right. I'll talk to y'all soon.
And if you're listening on the damn team, so that's an offensive.
Oh, definitely. Do all that shit.
There we go. So when they gave the ball to Clayton Adams, right? We got two clear keys here. I think we got two hints here. One from Clayton, one from Booker.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm so excited.
I am so freaking fired up that you're coming, man. How about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys? Them Cowboys?
Let's go. Let's move the freaking line of scrimmage now, huh?
Let's just leave it there. Let's just leave it there. We're going to move the freaking line of scrimmage. That would lead me to believe that the Cowboys' offense or their run scheme is moving north and south more than east and west. I'm not making up anything here. I'm just playing what I heard on the secret audio, and I'm making a sound deduction from there. Okay? So when Clayton Adams said we're going to move the line of scrimmage, I've been an offensive line coach before. Never been an offense coordinator. I ain't coached that long. But when we hear move the line of scrimmage, we thinking of moving it that way, of moving it towards the linebackers. So we're comboing, moving, climbing, and whooping ass on the second level. Not necessarily moving sideways. But then I think Tyler Booker proceeded to give us a hint. I think Tyler Booker gave us a hint of what they've been talking about behind the scenes in the interview. Booker moved on to say this.
Cowboys. How about them Cowboys?
Let's go. Let's move the freaking line of scrimmage now, huh?
Let's do it.
Let's do
all that shit.
Here's Mr.
Yes,
Jones.
sir.
Now, hold on. I have some, I ain't trying to be arrogant. I got some pretty savvy football ears. And I know that I've built an audience, which is you, ladies and gentlemen. I know I've built an audience. What's a good vocabulary word? Marcus Harris in here. What's a good vocabulary word? We're privy to nomenclature, I've built the audience that's pretty privy to the different nomenclature that's used around the league and describing just different ways to play ball, different terminologies, techniques, and things like that. But duo pops out to me. We didn't call it duo back in my day. It was just simply we was just running CAG blocks, centering guards, tackling guards, CAG and tag blocks, right? That's just what we called it, but that was back in the day. But it goes by duo in the league, where we're comboing, we're moving down linemen in two linebackers. We're moving down linemen in two linebackers. When I was coached on how to run these types of blocks, and coach will always try to make it simple for us. Life is like a box of chocolates. Let's try to make it simple for us. There's two of us. There's a down lineman. There's a linebacker. Our job is to move the down lineman, and one of us has got to block the linebacker. When in doubt, what do? You pick the defensive lineman up and drop him on top of the linebacker. If you do that, you can't go wrong. That's a physical brand of football. So when my guy Foots the King, and look, I love Foots the King to pieces, but I might say his name 11 more times. That's how I feel.
Salute.
So when I argue with Foots the King and he's talking about, well, Voch, what about his lateral movement? Sure, he doesn't have the best lateral movement in the world. He doesn't have Tyler Smith lateral movement, but he's not a slow-footed Ariante Ursure looking character. You know, we broke him down in Minnesota, or we'll break down some of these. Let me pull my board up just so I can have it visually here, just so I can look at it. Let me give y'all a list of slow-footed characters. Hold on, I got y'all. We ain't doing nothing else, chat. Y'all can go watch the film session, by the way, if you ain't doing nothing else. Let me give y'all a list of slow-footed characters. Ariante Ursure is a slow-footed character. Cameron Williams is a slow-footed character. Holland Pierce is a slow-footed character. Let's see. Jonah Monahan just wasn't good. I didn't think he was. Let's see. Who's another slow? Jalen Rivers is a slow-footed character from Miami. I thought Jonah from Zona just wasn't good, to where I can't even remember what his feet was like. I just ain't think he was all that good in general. I think Wyatt Milam got some cumbersome feet. You know what I'm saying? I think Foots calling Tyler Booker a slow-footed character is unfair. It may not be his strong suit. But Tyler Booker is not a slow-footed character. He has some improvement in how to use his foot and how to use his feet, but he's not a slow character, because I could show you film of Tyler Booker getting out in open space and quickly moving feet. You understand what I'm saying? But where Tyler Booker really put the satin on the panties here, where he really put the nipple on the titty, is moving people. And that's my favorite kind of guard, ladies and gentlemen. You know, Cowboy fans will complain about a type of player and get mad when it gets fixed. I understand y'all want a wide receiver. I did too. But I don't think a bad thing happened here tonight. This isn't a world where Connor Williams is stalemating somebody and getting pushed around, or Connor McGovern is stalemating somebody. Tyler Biadasz is stalemating somebody and getting pushed around. You know what I'm saying? This ain't that kind of day. This ain't that kind of party. Oh, pardon my manners. Hold on. I'm being a little rude there. Y'all can call in if you like. This isn't the type of day to where we come off the line of scrimmage and we run into somebody and we stay at the line of scrimmage. We're whooping folk. We are whooping folk now. We are moving bodies off the line of scrimmage. I'll show you the highlights that I put up on Twitter. But what I'm going to do, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a whole new film session with film that I haven't showed y'all before. And I'm going to double and triple down on some of the business that relates to Tyler Booker. I'm going to make a whole new film session on with plays that y'all ain't even seen before. And I might even hyper-focus some of those plays. Here we go. I might even hyper-focus some of those plays just to show Tyler Booker's movement. But if we were running like a bunch of wide stuff, then sure, it'll be a concern. But even then, Booker can play in a wide zone scheme. I heard Clayton Adams come out and say, we're going to move the line of scrimmage. And I heard Booker look at him and say, yeah, duo and all that. That leads me to believe that we're moving people from point A to point B. And there's not a better offensive lineman, not guard or tackle. There's not a better offensive lineman that specializes in moving somebody's son from point A to point B beyond their free will better than Tyler Booker. I take you back to a previous previous moment in the live stream, and now that we have 1,200 or so people here, we can go to work for real. Now that we got 1,200 or so people in here, we could do a little bit of work for real. When I played the Tyler Booker clip from Bleach Report, before I said that, I said when he speaks, I believe him. When he speaks, I believe him. So when Tyler Booker says, I want to hit people, I want to take their will away, I want to take their happiness of football away from them, I believe him. Why? Because there is film that is out that me and you have access to that shows as such. If we had to go to draft court and Tyler Booker say, hey, man, I like to hit and whoop people, and we had to go to draft court, it ain't going to take that much evidence to show Tyler Booker whooping and pushing people. So, Voch, when you say you believe Tyler Booker, who do you not believe? I just want to draw some comparisons here. I think Tyler Guyton will be fine at some point. I knew treachery was afoot when Tyler Guyton, at his post-draft press conference last year, he sat on that podium, on that press conference stage with the Joneses, and he looked at each and every last one of us in the face, and he said, oh, man, I just want to go out there and hit somebody. I like to hit people. That's what Tyler Guyton said. Tyler Guyton says nothing makes me happier than going out on the field and hurting somebody, hitting somebody. In so many words. The difference is, if we would have went to draft court for Tyler Guyton whooping people, I can't find no fucking film of him whooping nobody. When Mozzie Smith comes out and says, oh, man, I don't like football. I just like hurting people. Show me the Mozzie film of him. You ever been toxic? You ever been toxic with a woman that just started telling her what she wanted to hear? You was in some deep doo-doo for whatever reason. You just said, man, let me just tell her what she want to hear so I can just. I think Mozzie and Tyler Guyton hit us with a good old case of let me just tell y'all what you want to hear. But it was evident from the film that we watched. If we would have took Mozzie and Guyton to draft court, see, Voch did this. Voch took Mozzie and Guyton to draft court. Foots the King it's crazy because Foots will advocate for Tyler Guyton, but he's poo-pooing on Tyler Booker. I don't understand. One's clearly a better player than the other. Clearly. I went to draft court and I was like, hey, man, Tyler Guyton, I ain't never seen you hurt nobody. Tyler Guyton, I ain't really seen you whoop people in this way that you're describing, sir. Where is this film? If Tyler Guyton would have came out and said, hey, man, look, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm very athletic. I have a bunch of things to work on. I got prototypical size and length, man. I'm not as strong as I want to be. I want to fill my frame out. I want to work on getting a little more aggressive and fixing some of my run game technique. And ladies and gentlemen, I promise I'm going to work hard every single day. I'm going to be the best left tackle the Dallas Cowboys could ever have. I would look at Tyler Guyton and give him so much more grace. But the fact that Tyler Guyton came out and said, I want to hit people, I love to hurt people, it's fun to whoop people, and I've never seen you whoop people, that leads me to believe that Tyler Guyton is capping. It don't take you long to watch some damn Tyler Booker film before you realize ain't no capping what he talking about. It don't shouts out the wheels to it don't take a long time for you to watch Tyler Guyton. I mean, pardon me, for you to watch Tyler Booker and realize he ain't capping at all. You watch a little bit of Tyler Booker film, they're gonna take the handcuffs off him immediately. They're gonna take the handcuffs off of him immediately. Cause he ain't got a lion bone in his body. Judge, I'm sorry, he beating the shit out of people. Can we take the handcuffs off of him, please? So when Tyler Guyton comes out and says these things to me, I at least have some sort of belief in what he's telling me. If I believe you now, I'll believe you later. Hold on.
Did you hear what I said?
If I believe you now, I gotta believe you later. This is a credibility business. This is a credibility business. If Tyler Smith comes out and says something to us, it ain't nothing we can say about Tyler Smith. Tyler Smith said, man, look, I'm working out to go play wide receiver next year. I'm like, well, I mean, shit, what size gloves you're wearing? I'm going to believe him. Because Tyler Smith told us that I'm here, I'm a cowboy, I work hard, and I'm here to do anything I could possibly do to be a great Dallas Cowboy. And man, he meant it. And Tyler Smith has done nothing but keep the motherfucking handcuffs off of him in draft court. It ain't nothing we can say about Tyler Smith. It ain't nothing we can say about Tyler Smith. We was right and wrong about Tyler Smith. I was like, hey, man, I don't know if Tyler Smith going to be playing tackle. He go out and play tackle fantastic just to go out and be a better guard later. Like, did you hear what I said? He'll do anything to be great here, and Smith has proven that. That's why he's the leader. That's why I wouldn't hear all this Gray Zabel talk. That's why he's the leader here. Big Tyler is the leader in the doghouse here. Tyler Guyton's little Tyler. Booker's middle Tyler. It's three of them. It's three of them. We got three children named Tyler. So it's a big red flag for me when I hear Guyton tells us that, chat, am I bullshit, man? Was y'all around when Guyton said I like to hit people? Was y'all around? I'm looking at the chat now. Am I tripping? Did he not say that? Did y'all not hear when Guyton came out to say I like to hit people? And that film ain't add up? Am I tripping? I know Will still in the chat. I remember hitting Will, so I was like, hey, man, what are you talking about? I say, hey, look. I say, hey, what guy? I say, what are you talking about? I said, I know Guyton. I know Tyler Guyton ain't talking about he like to whoop people. Ladies and gentlemen, I understand that you wanted a wide receiver. I did too. But once McMillan went off the board, you just kind of got to follow your board at some point. And I think the league kind of told you what they feel about Bird, Nabuka, and Golden. They went in the 20s. I would have loved to have them, but they're a player in the 20s. It is what it is. I think if you didn't take Booker, I think Booker was coming off the board real soon. That's just how I feel. Man, I know. Man, shouts out to Will. I know he. Man, I know Will still ain't. I know Will still heard that damn press conference, looked at Tyler Guyton and said, man, look, you ain't got to, man, look. So when Tyler Booker says, man, I'll play the clip again. That damn, hold on, bro. I'll play that because it's 1,300 of y'all in here. I ain't see it. Let me play this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Let me
favorite quotes of the entire draft process. You said, quote, I make guys not love football anymore. What does it feel like to see the love of football leave someone's eyes?
It feels great, you know, like football is a child's game. So like people wake up, be like, man, I can't wait to play this football game today. They listen to their hype music, they take all the pre-workout, they get so excited to play football until they come across Tyler Booker. And then when I'm going after you, quarter after quarter, play after play, series after series, and I start to see that love leave their eyes, like that's what makes me love the game. Like I just really love.
God damn, I like that part.
He said Tyler Booker.
Yeah, you just got me right. Hey, he got me ready to go. I ain't gonna lie. He got me ready to go.
Bro, I'm gonna play right now.
Yeah, God. Yeah, he got me hype. I ain't gonna lie.
All right.
Play after play, quarter after quarter.
Man, when Tyler Booker say he you know what I'm saying? He like that. I got you, Will still. Will still. Let me see. I don't know how we gonna. I ain't as savvy as Will Steele here. I ain't as savvy. How can I get Will Steele up here? Let me see if I can figure something out real quick. But I believe. Can I call you, Will? Can I call? Let me see. Can I call you? Let me hit Will Steele. Let me see if Will Steele got something to say. I got the Roadcaster set up. You know what I'm saying? I got the Roadcaster joint. But I believe Tyler Booker. And you ain't got to look at the film. How about this? Let's play a little game. Let's play a little game of let's cut the film on and don't edit nothing. And let's see how long it takes for Tyler Booker to beat the hell out of somebody. Let's just see how long it takes for Tyler Booker to whoop the hell out of somebody for no reason. Let me see something real quick. And then, I'm going to get Will Steele on the phone. I just want to get Will Steele on the phone. Let me see something real quick. Tyler Booker, he's your left guard. We're going to get Will Steele in here. Hold on, chat. Let me get Will Steele up in here. Let me get Will Steele up in here. Let me see if we can bust a move. Chat, y'all want to talk to Will Steele real quick? Let me see if we can bust a move real quick. Let me open up some of these windows. And if you're on the phone, don't go nowhere. Hold on. Let's see. Can I open up? Let's see. Should I open up a new platform maybe? What if I open up a new platform and did like this? I know I'm gonna look a little weird right there, but that's all right. I'm gonna go here, fine. I'm gonna enter. Check. Okay, so I can be heard here. So let me see something. Let me invite Will Steele. And we'll just do it like that. All right, Will Steele, I just sent you a link. Let me see. He said, I'm just calling the call line. Well, I mean, if you're in the lab and you want the people to see your beautiful blazer, we can make it work. You know what I'm saying? We can make it work. I sent you a link, Will Steele. Let me know if you get it. But look, bro, Tyler Booker ain't got a phony bone in his body, and I can't wait to break down every single game of his. Let me see something. All right, here we go. Sky, can you hear me?
Yeah. Let me. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
I bet. Let me meet you on here.
All right.
We in it bit.
And let me window capture this so the people can see you.
We in it bit.
We ain't doing nothing else. Hey man, what's good with your Playboy?
What's good, brother?
Hey man, I'm up here just
I can't see you, but I can hear you. It's all good.
It's all good, man. They can see me and they can see you now. So we gonna just
Oh, okay. I see what you're doing. Oh,
yeah.
You slick with it.
Yeah, look at me on YouTube. That's all. Just
that's where I'm looking.
And I could put you in the sky cam. Hold on, like we used to put you in the sky cam.
Yeah.
Put you up there.
To bring it back,
brother Scott. What's good with you, man?
Hey, you see, I got the rock right there.
I see you, brother.
When Tyler Booker referred to himself in third person, that motherfucker is the rock.
Bro, he said when Tyler Booker get hands on you, when Tyler Booker start running his feet.
When Tyler Booker take the life out of your eyes, I said, "Oh, this the rock, bro."
The life out your eyes is crazy. Come on,
yeah.
Man. Will Steele, I understand Cowboy Nation and how they feel. I mean, I understand the emotion behind it. I would have loved to have gotten a playmaker and paired him with like a day 2 running back or something like that. But it ain't like this a bad pick though, Will Steele. And I don't know if you was listening, a bad player. But I played the clip of him and Clayton Adams talking. If they gonna be running duo and if they gonna be moving people, then this fits even more in my personal opinion. So just go ahead. What you think about that?
No, I agree. And you know, we were talking about this when you came on the show about scheme fit. That's something that Foots did bring up. And that's something I did question. We talked about it on the mock draft is that what type of scheme are we going to be running? Because you mentioned it. If we're going to be doing a whole lot of A to C or A to outside of the C, then 70% of the time, he's obviously not a scheme fit. But if he's talking about, power football, duo, gap, inside zone type stuff, I think he's going to be more than fine. He's plug and play, starter. We talked about that through the text. Like this, I think the discourse shouldn't be about the player. Yeah. I think there's more layers to the conversation. Like there was more layers to the conversation going into the draft, but for whatever reason, the fan base doesn't really have these type of conversations. But the actual player, I don't. Besides Foots, is there anybody that thinks he's not a good player? Because I'm not really seeing that. And if there is, I'd like to hear more because Foots laid his out. But fans, like, do you believe that Booker is not a good player? Because I think he's plug and play and you have an upgrade.
I'm just seeing a lot of people that's upset more about selection or damn another offensive lineman or damn we need wide receiver. And that's one fair. That's totally fair. I'm not even mad at nobody for saying that.
I'm that way. Like, I feel that.
But I'm fighting Foots because Foots, you can't look at the film and be like, I like Gray Zabel or Tyler Guyton better because I like my offensive lineman to move. That's cool. I like my offensive lineman to move too, but I like my offensive lineman to whoop ass. Like that's O-line. The core to O-line. And look, we've been sick of these stalemating guys, Will, still the Connors or Biadishes or whatever. We finally in this situation where we can be powerful across the front, across the middle. You know what I'm saying? The one example that I keep going back to, and I said this on the draft show twice. I said it at draft live. I'm saying it with you now. Is Tyler Smith? Tyler Smith makes me feel real good about when we got to play Dexter Lawrence or Jalen Carter or those guys, right? Like that's a matchup I can live with because we powerful there. Man, those dudes punish inferior offensive linemen, bro. And that's where Dak has his issues. He can live with Chuma Edoga playing tackle. I've seen him do it, but he can't live with BS at guard.
Oh yeah, the pocket should be clean, like to step up into. Now, what is he stepping up into and throw into? That we'll see tomorrow. Yeah. We'll see if they can get help there. But yeah, the pocket should be clean. We've had this discussion on Voch Lombardi Live for what the 2 or 3 years we was doing the show.
Yes, sir.
About the guys over there. Shouts out to Bass, shouts out to Hoffman, shouts out to Connor Williams and those guys. Even Tyler Biadasz, which is why we were excited about the possibilities of what BB could do at center. And we highlighted that with film, the difference, right? That pocket should be clean right in front of Dak. Yeah. And for the most part, it was. Where BB struggled was kind of recognizing stunts and whatnot and twists. But power, no issues with power. No problem. And I think this is beyond, listening to that conversation with Clayton Adams, I think it's beyond just Booker, like leaning into Booker. Yeah. I think you're leaning into BB too. Because what was we talking about, Voch, before we even selected BB? We was like, yo, BB checks this. Yep. He's not that great of an athlete though, right? Like he's an average athlete, but he's an ass whooper. Yeah. He's a power guy. He's a mover, right? Mm-hmm. Tyler Smith is a great athlete, but maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong, but what I noticed early on in his career, and even up until last year, because I think Solari and the scheme was trash, those boys weren't great at the pin pulls, weren't great at pulling in general and finding work. And it was very sloppy and clumsy. So hopefully the new coaching can help with that. But now we about to lean into power. Tyler Smith is power. Yeah. Coach BB is power. Tyler Booker is power. Like you're going to be better there. But I think there's other layers to the conversation that obviously you haven't touched on yet, but just flat out the interior offensive line. Yeah, bro, he upgrades the interior offensive line. No doubt about it.
Yeah, which is cool. And hey man, I don't want to keep bringing up Foots like I'm hating on him, but I said it all to his face on y'all show, so it's cool. Yeah. But he's saying what a lot of Cowboy fans are mentioning, like they're bringing up the idea that well, what about these 3 or 4 guards that the Cowboys just went out to go sign in free agency, and I was like, cool, what their name is? And he couldn't name none of these people because those people they're not moving the needle. They're not even they're there to compete with Bass and them, and whatever. Awesome is probably playing tackle or something, but like Nathan Thomas and all and those guys, that's a depth conversation. Or they're just there to be like veteran dudes to show a young offensive line how to like do stuff and how to work and all this kind of stuff. But man, by the time we get to September, man, them people gonna be they rent due, man. Sadiq Charles quit football. Sadiq Charles quit football. I know you sick of Jalen Tolbert. At least Jalen Tolbert led the team in touchdowns last year. Sadiq Charles quit football, man. Plus, I think the Cowboys have a plan for wide receiver. I don't think they just. I think Mingo is here. I think they would love to get Mingo involved to some extent, but I think they're gonna try to make a trade for wide receiver. That's what I've been hearing.
Yeah, I hope so. I think that would be their best bet probably. But yeah, I had talked about this in one of my videos, and really to the chat too over the last couple lives, is that they did a lot of quantity in free agency. They signed a lot of players. Yeah. They didn't sign a single mother who will stop you from drafting anybody at that position that they signed anywhere in the draft. Yeah. Unfortunately, including offensive line. They didn't go out and address offensive line in a way that stops them from drafting offensive line. That's why I'm not surprised that it was an offensive line pick. At 12, a little surprised. I thought maybe a trade back situation, but in the first round, no, because you didn't sign anybody to stop you to do it. Yeah. That's why when people were screaming BPA because what they did in free agency, I said, cap, that's BS. They're BPA because they got 7 needs. So somebody at 12 is going to be the best player available at one of their positions that they need. That's just the facts of the matter. So no, signing all those guys, and like I stated before, they didn't sign any guard that stopped you from drafting a guard. Yeah. So you should have been open to it.
Now, Sky, we have an opportunity here. I don't know if the football guy's gonna allow it, but there is an opportunity. Luther Burden's still a first-round player on my board. Sky, he's a top 12 or so player on my board. I got to look exactly see where I got him at. Now, if the Cowboys draft him at 44, all this guard talk is just gonna be forgiven, and we ain't gonna have nothing else to talk about, dog. I'm sure all this go find a weapon stuff is gonna be cool, and I'm sure all of a sudden people gonna be fine with this Booker pick because you got Burden up in there.
Isn't it going to feel a little bit like the Cowboys are so interesting? A little bit like Guyton last year. Well, I guess to me and you, because
I love my day 2 guy so much better than my day 1 guy. A lot of people gonna feel like that.
Well, no, in the sense that we were able to stomach Guyton a little more because we got a third that got us BB.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
We should be able to, for those who didn't want a guard here, should be able to stomach a guard if you can get Luther Burden at 44.
Yeah, we won't hit. Look, we gonna get drafting Luther Burden gonna make Tyler Booker jerseys go up because they gonna be fans like, hey man, look, I was wrong about that Booker kid. I like what he said. I like how he played.
They make me nervous though. I do think it's fair to be nervous about that because their history has shown they just, for whatever reason, they will not take a skill position player, in the first or second round over the last 20 years. They've only taken 6 of them in the last 40 first or second round picks, or about 30 something. This is almost 40, almost 2 decades. Yeah. They've taken 6. So you just hope that at least in the second round they will go for skill here. But we thought that last year, brother. We thought, man, they're gonna take a running back. They gotta take a running back. They didn't do it. We thought that the year before. Oh man, they'll take a running back. They didn't do it. So I am a little nervous that they're going to do kind of what you brought up. Say Jonathan Mingo. We gave him a 4th round pick. Yeah. Jonathan Mingo's our guy. A little nervous, bro.
Man, I don't hope. I wish. Get them up in there. I wish, my boy. It's a lot of guys on the board now, man. I think D tackle has officially gotten pushed back to like day 3 because all my second round tackles are gone, but there's a bunch of like day 3 tackles or whatever. I mean, third round graded tackles that are there. So I don't think that's gonna be like in any kind of thought or whatever. But all the corners are there. Most of the running backs you like are there. But what makes me think that they should go wide receiver though, Scott, because I know for sure, and the Cowboys have told us this, that they like to play the game of we have this at home, so we're not going to draft it, right? So, for example, last year, we have Rico Dowdle. So there's a certain roundage that we get to with running backs to where we go, all right, this 6th-round running back ain't better than what we have in Rico Dowdle, right? Basically. I'm looking at wide receivers, and the Cowboys may not think this, but Voch does. I think there's like 4 names. Jack Besh, Alec Minyor. I got Jalen Royals. And you can throw Savion Williams and Jalen Noel. Maybe Trey Harris. Those are some names where I feel like they'll come in and they'll contribute. They won't be dudes like Tet, but Tet's gone. So we ain't know what we can do about Tet. Golden's gone. All the
you brought up Burden?
I did not bring up Burden because I felt like Burden was like the obvious. He right there. He right there. Of course, Burden is the dream here. But if I got any inclination about it, Burden probably go at 33 and we'll never even see him. But I think those are the guys to where they're clearly better than Jalen Brooks, or they're better than like Flournoy right now or something like that. Some of these guys are about what Mingo is. Like I think Trey Harris is close to what Mingo is. I'm just keeping the buck for real. And then there's like competing with Jalen Tolbert. I don't think you have a lot of opportunities there. So if you're gonna get a wide receiver, I think it has to be in the 2nd round, Scott.
That's the conversation we were having on the draft show. Is that I think Foots brought up running back in the 2nd round. I'm like, maybe they want to pair their 1st round pick with their 2nd round pick by getting a back that's power guy or whatever, right? Yeah. Caleb Johnson or something like that. But man, after the 2nd round, And even in the second round, there's a couple of those players you named that I don't believe are like legitimate Robins. Like, but everybody has their opinions on some of these receivers.
Sure.
Even in the second round, I kind of go, oh, okay. Well, I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful there with some of these players, but I'm not as confident as some of those other guys in the first round. But running back, I can wait a little bit. I feel like I can wait to the third and still get my guy, and then maybe you go third and fourth or fourth and sixth, and you get a complimentary dude. But I'm with you. I think once you get and the statistics and analytics match this. Once you get past that second round at receivers, the hit rate it drops.
Yeah.
And after the third, it's pretty much a wrap. I mean, the hit rate is extremely, extremely low. So I'm with you. The earlier, the better now at receiver. Again, you talked about it. Is this player better than what we got? Do we got McDonald's at the crib?
Yeah.
I think they're going to look at Mingo and say we got McDonald's at the crib. Yeah. I hope that's not the case, but
know what I think it is though, Sky? This is where I disagree, but I think this is like, just hear me out. I think it's a lot of Robins on the board right now. If we're using a Batman analogy, right? It's a lot of Robins here, but we don't want Robins. We want like an Aquaman. You know what I'm saying? We want like a 1B. Like we want an MF to go along with CD. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
like
the first round.
Like Jalen Tolbert is technically like a Robin to me, but like what made the idea of Tet or Golden so appealing is that if anything, let's say something happened to like Lamb or something, they can live on their own. You know what I'm saying? Because they're dudes in their own right, and you want this Chase Higgins type relationship or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
But see, Chase is Batman. Higgins is Robin, right? He's not Batman B. D Smith is Robin.
That's why I say Aquaman. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say like he like Green Lantern or something. You know what I mean?
But I think they're all Robins. Addison is Robin to not Jamar Chase, but
Jefferson,
old boy over there,
sure.
Jefferson,
for sure.
Right? You could argue Evans and Godwin, whoever the hell you want to call Batman or Robin, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I do think that it's okay to have a Batman when you got a motherfucker like CD Lamb. I don't need to. It'd be nice to have two CD Lambs. Ted McMillan would have been amazing, right? Yeah. He would have been Robin though. Yeah. Wouldn't have been no more Batman because CD Lamb Batman.
Yeah, for sure.
Golden would have been more of a Robin. Yeah. Burton probably more of a Robin.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the guys that you talked about are like Alfred. That's not enough. That's not enough.
They the butler. They got to bring the water.
You need Alfred in the situation.
They got to hit the button.
But when it's time to go to war, Alfred at the crib. Alfred behind the computer, giving them the intel, and that's cool.
You know what it is?
Robin, Jalen Tolbert's Alfred.
Alfred know exactly what book to pull down to make the shelf flip over. Oh, come on, Scott.
Like you can get by with Alfred, you know what I'm saying? But when it's time to throw down, I need Robin by my side from Batman.
Well, Scott, keeping the buck with you then, I think there's two names. I think there's Bird and Besh. I think that's probably Bird and Besh. And some people may not even think that of Besh. But I think for what you're looking for the non-butlers serving water, I think, do you trade up? I mean, it's probably easy to trade up if you got a fourth, but we ain't got one of them.
I'm about to say you're done then. Your draft's over.
We ain't got one of them, but would you think about moving up for Bird just to lock him in?
No, I would trade probably my third and get a veteran or young veteran, whatever you call it, a wide receiver too out here in the trade market.
Jameson Williams is a name floating around. Is that enough for you?
And just pay him. Because the problem with those guys that we're thinking about, Jameson Williams and who's the other cat? Pickens, is they're on their last year of their deal. So if you're making that decision, you're likely making that decision not as a rental. At least I hope so. I hope you're not giving up 76 to rent him for 1 year in a year where, let's be honest, no one looks at this as a Super Bowl roster right now.
Yeah.
So, I would be looking at it as, okay, Jameson Williams still young. Trade to 76, extend them. Now you got your 1-2 punch out there. You
the conference has been locked.
You got your offensive lineman early. You can get your running back later, and let's see, let's build. But I think I feel better about, if it's not Burden, I think I feel better about probably trading to get me that legitimate robbing. No disrespect to the other guys, just joking around. Like there's some quality receivers. I just don't know if they're like legitimate robbing type guys.
Your ass ain't playing. You said Alfred.
Hey man, Alfred, you're important. You're important.
Any like closing thoughts for you? Because I do got some people on the phone. I'm gonna
my bad, man.
No,
you good, I just
man.
Watch you. I'm up. Like you see, it's funny. You know me, bro. I definitely was crunching the film.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I look. I'm not going to fake the funk here. I said this at the beginning of the draft show. The draft is never over in round 1 of the draft, no matter which way it goes. I do think it's really interesting how the Cowboys move and how much they select offensive linemen in the first round compared to the rest of the league, or how much they adequate that the resources there. The league is showing you how to move. The Packers have a really good wide receiver room. They took a really good receiver. Yeah. The Buccaneers have a really good wide receiver room. They took a really good wide receiver. The Eagles drafted a first-round wide receiver, and the next year traded a first-round pick for a wide receiver. The freaking Vikings had arguably the best receiver in the league.
Yeah,
took a first-round wide receiver. You know.
Yeah.
The league is kind of showing you how to move, but Dallas doesn't really move with them. They jive to they move to their own, beat of their own drum because of their past successes, and they think this is the way to move. This to me is not really about Booker. Booker's a good player. I think Booker's going to be a plug and play guy. He's going to be fine. It's more so about the Cowboys front office and brass having the same people running this thing that have ran it for the last 30 some odd years, 40 years, whenever they bought the team, as opposed to bringing in new blood, a real general manager that sees the flow of the league and goes with it. Yeah. You hope at some point it changes, but repeating what you've done before when it didn't really work out. Like, just because you had a couple years where you had some top offensive lines doesn't necessarily mean that translated when it really mattered. This whole, and I want to say this publicly because I said it on my show, I personally think, we talked about it, I personally think this whole team trenches, team weapons thing was a corny theatrical thing that was going on throughout this process.
For sure.
And the reason why I'm going to talk about this team trenches thing is y'all weren't really team trenches. Because if you were team trenches, you would include the entirety of the trenches, meaning the defensive side of the ball, where your trenches have really been the issue for multiple decades. Yep. The Cowboys have had amazing offensive lines, and they really have only had maybe 2 good run games to show for it in the playoffs. Maybe, a couple solid games in offense to show for the playoffs. Run game to me is not just about the Jimmies and Joes up front. It's also about the philosophy, the scheme, the attitude, and that starts with culture and how you wanted it to build. You don't necessarily need now 6 first-round linemen in the last 12 years, 13 years, whatever it's been, for that to happen. The real team trenches, if you want to talk trenches, should have been focusing on the defensive line, where every time you get into the playoffs, what usually happens? You get your ass ran over, and ran over, and ran over, and ran over. Oh, you was getting ran over with 3 Hall of Famers up front. You was getting ran over with 3 first-round picks up front. You was team trenches, you would have took Kenneth Grant. If you was team trenches, you would have traded down and got Talik Williams. If you was truly team trenches, your team offensive line, and that's fine. Just say that. Don't masquerade it as you team trenches, because if you really was, you would be looking on the other side of the ball where you don't have the resources, have never put the resources into it for the last 2 decades, and when you get into the playoffs, you be crying after you lose that you got out physical. Yeah, you got out physical on the defensive side of the ball. You got out physical because you couldn't stop nobody to give your offensive line a chance, or your offensive a chance. It was really about that life. You would have took one of them dudes on the other side of the ball, or you would have traded up for whomever you wanted. Graham was a bit of high trade, but you know what I'm saying? You would adequate them type of resources there. You did what was comfortable. You did what you knew has been successful, and that's drafting an offensive lineman, except for last year, but we'll see what happens. And look, it'll probably work out. I think he is plug and play. No doubt about it. My issue is I've seen this before. We've drafted plug and play guys. What has it gotten us? I mean, look, kid's going to be fine. Not worried about him. If you can't develop offensive linemen, if you can't find a run game in the playoffs, if you can't, figure out your trenches on that side of the ball over the last 15 years after allocating that many resources, that's a you problem. That's bigger than selecting a player like a Tyler Booker or whomever in the first round. And that's my final word.
Hey, man. Well said, brother. It's a lot of changes we want from top to bottom. The Rosemans of the world make us jealous as hell. But hey, man, we just gotta rock it 1 year at a time.
I just happened to look over at Luz. How the hell is getting somebody like a Grant or a Leak Williams? You say this is what I mean by you not team trenches, you team O-line. DT in the first doesn't help us immediately. You watch Tyleik Williams and don't think he could play next to Osa and help you?
Tyleik tough too.
Tell me who's rolling out there with Osa. Are you kidding me? He's not going to help you? Kenneth Grant not going to help you? This is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. I digress, man. If you don't believe that can help you, you're solely just looking at one specific thing, and that's it. O-linemen don't need to develop. We literally just took a dude last year that had to develop.
And he lied to us and said he liked to hit people.
Yeah, he lied. He was capping.
Draft court wouldn't hold up.
He was capping.
Hey, man, tell the people where to find you, man, since you outside again.
Skywalker Still Unleashed on YouTube. You can find me there. And then obviously on Twitter as well. I'll be chilling though, man.
Hey, man, I love that jacket, man. Appreciate you, my boy. I'm going to tap in with you.
Appreciate you. Good stuff, bro. Love you.
Yes, sir. Love you too, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Master William right there. Hold on. I got to... There we go. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I tell you what, I didn't think this many people would be here this late at night. I would assume that I was gonna be going live. It was gonna be a handful of people. I thought maybe like 200, 300 people would be here. I would assume, and I just thought that most of y'all would just catch it in the morning. But 1,500 of y'all are here with me live. That means the world to me. It is. I think it's quite awesome that I got people here. It's 1 o'clock in the morning for me. It's 2 o'clock in the morning for Sky. You know what I'm saying? I think it's awesome that y'all tap in with Voch Lombardi. Sit up here and talk about how Tyler Guyton put people through car crashes. Speaking of car crashes.
There are times in life you wish you had a do-over. A chance to warp back in time to change your fate. Back to before you made the wrong choice. If you're in a wreck, make the smart choice right away. Frankel & Frankel. Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frankel first.
If you were in an accident, hit by a negligent driver, car, or truck, tap in with the Frankels. Be sure to call them 214-333-3333. Call them first. They're here in the DFW. They serve here locally. They've been in the DFW for 30-some-odd years now. They got hundreds of years of experience. And if you call them, you're likely going to talk to a Frankel. You're not going to get some AI or some call center. You're going to talk to them, and they're going to consult you on everything that needs to happen. Call them, 214-333-3333. Don't call nobody else first. Don't call your mama. Don't call the insurance company, because the insurance company is going to lie. The Frankels used to work for the insurance company, so they know all their tricks. And if you want to take a look at all of the settlement money that has been won, you can go to frankelfirm.com. Their website there, and you can see all the winnings. You don't pay nothing. You don't pay nothing unless they win, okay? So Frankel & Frankel, 214-333-3333, the best injury lawyers in the DFW, all right? Now, Chad, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. It's 13 of y'all on the phone. And I'm gonna talk to all y'all. just remember it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I probably shouldn't have went to go see Kendrick the night before, but it's all right. All the way in Houston, you know what I'm saying? But it's all right. I just want y'all to be wary. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. It's been quite a day here, but I want to get to all 13 of y'all calls though, because I love y'all. All right. Let's run it. Let's see. Let's start with D Shift. What's up, D Shift?
Hey, what's good, Voch, man? Appreciate it, man. Pleasure, bro.
Appreciate you.
Man, we got our guy, bro. And I say our guy because, not because he was an offensive lineman, not because I love drafting offensive linemen or think that's the only way. But if you look at the guys who were drafted, yeah, you can say some of those guys could turn out to be all pro. But like Booker's like, I haven't heard anybody say like anything bad about him, you know?
Yeah.
And so when you're in a team building like phase, like I'd rather take that all pro. And I think with the Cowboys, like I think the reason we gotta go first round all the time with O-line because we don't do a good enough job. Like when we have great offensive lines, we don't do a good enough job replenishing and having somebody waiting in the back end, you know? Like we get some great guys and then we don't do anything with the depth. And so when we start to lose these guys, it's like, oh shit, we got to start spending first-round picks. So, I mean, you talk about what we do with our resources and all that, and I think that's a big mistake on that end. But when you talk about a guy who can instantly come in, protect Dak, you can get the running game going again. Like, please get a running back in the second round, and just move forward with that. Because even if you would have got your weapon, your wide receiver, like a guy that got picked in the 20s, that wouldn't have been good enough. Yeah. Like Brock Hoffman is food to Jalen Carter. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So like we got our guy, bro. So man, I'm happy about the pick, man. I appreciate you just grinding the way you do, bro.
Hey man, appreciate you, bro. That meant a lot to me. We got 2 more days of this, so let's keep on working, man. Appreciate you, D-Shift. Somebody in the chat say, and I want to take this opportunity to continue to brag on my transparency or whatever. All gone. That's dope. All gone. AWJAWN. He says, Voch, where did you have Booker's overall ranking? And this is what I like about having the big board. If you guys have been following me on the big board, it's been visible since day one. Since the day I started it, and I put one prospect on it, which was Ashton Genty, I believe, it's totally visible. It ain't like I just put this board out tonight, and I say, all right, whoever the Cowboys draft, I'm just going to put that player up high. Because y'all know I've been poo-pooing on Guyton for a minute. I don't like everybody we draft. You know what I'm saying? Schoonmaker, to this day, I ain't said a nice thing. Like me, Will Steele, and Foots, we can't fake that reaction. You know what I'm saying? However, if you look at my board, Tyler Booker was the 8th overall player on my whole board. It was Hunter, Carter, Genty, Graham McMillan. Josh Simmons was my 6th player. Yeah, he was my 6th player. Matthew Golden was 7, and Tyler Booker was my 8th overall player. And you can see my board. My board's still up right now. It's a couple of people in there looking at my board right now. They're following along with it. It's about 10 people in there just following along. So I appreciate y'all for watching and supporting and keeping up with it. But I've been high on Tyler Booker way before he was a Cowboy. I was a fan of him. So that's that. Can y'all believe the damn Chiefs got Josh Simmons, bro? That just made me sick, bro. I'm up here telling y'all this late, and I'm up here being long-winded. I apologize, y'all. Let's get Gil from New York on the phone. Then we got Reek after that. What's up, Gil?
Bye.
What's good with you, Gil?
Oh man, I'm so glad to get the opportunity to talk. I got a few points. I'm trying to make sense of all of this, and I do agree with you about drafting Booker. It probably was a very good thing to do. It just didn't feel great at the time, but it does make sense. Mm-hmm. But it would feel a lot better if we had used free agency in a more meaningful way and maybe sign someone like Keenan Allen to be a Robin to CeeDee Lamb. It would be better if we hadn't wasted our fourth-round pick 2 years in a row, because even if Mingo is a decent player, he's not going to be the Robin or the Aquaman or whatever you want.
Sure.
But and if we draft a wide receiver in round 2 and we had a fourth-round pick, we were not going to double dip at wide receiver in round 4. So that's where the Mingo thing bothers me. I'm hopeful that we could still make a trade for a running back or a cornerback, because we have to address the cornerback position. We have one cornerback. And as far as Luther Burden goes, he's kind of a receiver that you have to scheme for. And I don't think scheming has really been our strong suit.
I agree. Please finish. Go ahead.
With all of these, so if you want to look at these needs and say we need a receiver, we absolutely need a running back. And that's where, if we had the fourth-round pick, we could have gone wide receiver round 2, cornerback round 3, and running back round 4. But waiting till round 5, like we tried to do last year when we wasted our fourth-round pick on Trey Lance, there was nobody left. And we also need defensive tackle. So with these 4 needs, with receiver, running back, cornerback, and defensive tackle, how do you feel we should use these next 2 days and or any signings or trades that we could make to fill one of these holes? How do you suggest that we go about filling these 4 holes before the season?
I got you, Gil. Appreciate you. Thanks for the call, sir. I think the more likely trade that would happen, and the draft is begun. Day 2 is tomorrow. I think that Jamison Williams, or I'll just say wide receiver. I think wide receiver is a position that you can go and trade for. I think the Cowboys are looking to spend a day 3 pick on that, since these are guys that are like contract guys or whatever that these teams are trying to move on from, I would imagine. I heard the compensation that they want for Jamison is a 3rd-round pick. I think a 3rd-round pick would be for Jamison Williams to be better than any wide receiver you can get in the 3rd round. And you just got to pay him just so it won't be a 1-year rental, just so the 3rd-round pick could be useful in that way. So I think that's one. Also, I'm with Will Steele. I don't think the Cowboys put enough into D-line. And when you get your ass whooped, it is always via run game. I've said that on the draft show all year. The only issue, I'm looking at my board there, is one tech. I don't want to say it got wiped, but all the kind of the top guys kind of got hit pretty bad today. So Darius Alexander is probably more of a 3. TJ Sanders can play some 1, but he's more of a 3. Norman Lott is a 3. CJ West is a 1. Jordan Phillips is a 1. Peebles is a little bit of both. Alfred Collins is a guy. Josh Farmer is a guy that can play some 1 for you. So you got a couple of options at 1 tech. Tomorrow, that could be round 2, round 3, however you want to call it. Man, if it's up to me, though, let's just say you just magically found a way to acquire a wide receiver. Cool, fine, you got a wide receiver. I'm a big Carson Schlesinger fan, the linebacker from UCLA. And I take one of the running backs in the 3rd round. And if we're going to be running duo, it's a lot of running backs that'll fit that thing physically. Quinshon Judkins will fix it. I mean, he'll fit it. R.J. Harvey will fit it. Caleb Johnson will fit it perfectly. So you can probably wait around to round 3 to get your running back you're looking for. Cornerback, there's a big chunk of these guys on my board that are just there. Revel, Morrison, Johnson, Williams, Thomas, Amos. Then you look in the 3rd round, Dotson, Porter, Strong, Parrish. You look at my 4th round guys, Riley, Huzzy, Bryant. I'm not an Alexander guy. Longer being Muhammad, you don't want to get too far in the corners looking for starters or whatever. But all those guys I named, they're starters. I legitimately think you can find a starter in the 5th round because nickelbacks tend to fall a little bit. They're a little smaller. They don't have the measurables that some of these other corners have a little bit. So those nickels, and plus just the nature of nickel back, nickels fall just a little bit. They fall more than outside corners. I think you can find a starting corner in the 5th round. If it's me, I'm looking at Carson Schwarzenegger at linebacker. I'm looking at running back. I think you can get some D tackle help later. If we're looking at like run stopping defensive tackle, there's a lot more options, of course. Like complete defensive tackle. I don't know, man. Man, I know I told y'all, can we get through these calls pretty, and I'm just up here running my mouth, man. I apologize, man. Let's get Reek on the phone. See what he talking about. What's up, Reek?
Yo, what's going on, Voch?
What's good with your player? What you got for the show?
Cooling. What's going on, Cowboy Nation? I'm gonna say this before I say what I gotta say. I hope Shedeur Sanders tear everybody ass up that pause that didn't draft him in the 1st round. I think it's real biased for him not to get drafted like that because he was a very good quarterback, and Travis Hunter would have never won the Heisman without him. That's what I have to say about that. Except when he come play the Cowboys.
He's definitely better than Jackson Dart. I agree, but go ahead.
By far. But I'm glad. I'm glad that he learned that he got to fight for what he wants.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to be a very good quarterback. I just don't want him to beat the hell out of us.
Yeah.
But other than that, as far as our pick, I'm cool with it. You know, long as he come in here and be an All-Pro, I'm cool with it. Yeah. You know, and I think you have to get somebody like that. You know, I wanted a wide receiver too. I was team wide receiver or offense, as far as a star or something like that, as far as a wide receiver, running back, whatever. Mm-hmm. My thing is, I think the reason I like the pick is because the goddamn Eagles are the Georgia Bulldogs 2.0. And we got somebody that went against these guys that's a tough guy itself. And you're gonna need somebody, especially in our division, to tango with these defensive tackles. And defense we're gonna have to see because I think the Giants got a little bit better. You know, as far as defense. And we already know what the Eagles can do, and I think the Redskins still gonna bring it too. I mean, Washington Commanders, they still gonna bring it too.
Yeah.
So I see the vision, what they're trying to do, but at the same time, you still need to pair somebody with CeeDee Lamb, and we need a running game. Yeah. We gotta get some kind of young running back or something up in here that got some juice to go with this running scheme, and a good wide receiver. We need some speed.
Yeah.
I'm not giving up on Mingo, and I'm not giving up on Flournoy. The two reasons I say that is because that got hurt last year, so we don't know what Mingo can be with this offense. And Flournoy, he was a rookie, so he had to learn the game speed of the NFL and what he needs to do.
Yeah.
I think we in better shape than we think we are, but that's yet to be seen. And I'm positive about whatever they do. I just hope that we able to spend these next picks wisely, man.
Yeah.
If we can do that, no matter who we get, I think we can compete.
Yeah.
With anybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll see.
But I love. Go ahead.
No. I was just saying we'll see. We'll see what happens here. We have another two more days to go. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there. We got a lot to learn tomorrow. Appreciate you, Rick.
Yes, sir. All right, peace.
Got a lot to learn tomorrow. Let's get Joey on the phone. What up, Joey?
Yeah, they cut me off very much.
Hey.
Rick was killing me right there.
Hey, man, y'all better look. I'm looking for a reason to move on. What's up with you, Joey?
Watch that draft show, most epic draft show I've ever seen since before COVID that I've been watching.
Take me on speaker. Take me on speaker, Joe. I can't hear you.
Oh, really? I actually had the Bluetooth set. There you go. Can you hear me?
That's much better. What's up with you? Go ahead.
All right. No, I was saying the draft show. That was the most epic draft show I've seen since before COVID.
Yeah.
So, salute to you much on that one.
Yeah, appreciate you.
what I wanted to make, what I was pointing out earlier to JC, that this is actually a great pick. It's a great pick because what I was saying to JC earlier is I build docks for a living. You know, I do all the construction for anything that's to do with water. So think about a wooden dock, you know, regular pier, and I'll think about a bridge for the states, you know, going from an island to inland or whatever. Well, those bridges are all concrete, everything concrete. You get a storm, hurricane, anything that hits it, it holds it up and withstands everything. You know, nothing can damage that type of material. It's structurally, it's structural integrity to it. I mean, it's by all means, you know, it's made for that stuff. You get me? So now, as I was saying, JC, I was like, imagine Zach Martin, Tyler Smith, and all them just like a bridge.
Okay.
With the pilings of a bridge. So if there are those pilings of that bridge, they're able to withstand anything. They're able to hold up anything, and those are the ones you want. Because if you get one of these little pilings that I put in these docks, that's a little, you know, a 4x4 or 4x6 or a round piling, you get a northern or a hurricane, it's going to take that piling out. It's going to, it's not a properly, I guess, properly engineered structural piling, as you would say. So I was telling him, I was, look, JC, so if you put those two together, you think about it as this. What you want the pilings like a bridge, which is the Zach Martins, the Tyler Smiths, and all that. You get a good wall of those. I mean, anything JC that comes at them, nothing's gonna hit them down. Nothing's gonna bog them down. So this pick as Tyler Booker, as you said, you, OC, and probably Lou, and maybe Okoye, the only ones that I can trust on O-line. And you being happy about this pick, and OC and Lou, that's all I needed to know, because that tells me that he's gonna be a piling, you know, a lineman, just like one of those bridge guys I was saying. And trust me, that's all we need. All you gotta do is put a good running back with a good brain in the back with some good coaches, telling them where to go and have that line open up, good hole. Trust me, it's gonna be a good year. But without the right coaching, without the
Okay, well, Joey got excited and hung the phone up, but yeah, Joey, that's very that's some great information there, Joey. I'll tell you what. Go ahead, Gavin.
How you doing, Voch? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's good?
Okay, good. Because I'm at work, so just let me know if I go in and out. I'm about to go on break right now. But I just want to say you're doing a great job as far as defending your guy, and congratulations to you and being able to predict the pick for us and everything. But for me, of course, it's going to be wait to see. But based on the circumstance around the pick, I feel like it's a bad pick. Not because the player is bad. I think he can play. But the circumstances involving the negligence of the Joneses is why I feel like, and a lot of Cowboys fans feel like, that this is a bad pick for us.
Yeah.
What would you say to that?
I don't think it's a bad pick. You know, with your first round pick, I tend to believe that you should follow the best player available, type thinking or whatnot. And then once you get past that, that's when you can kind of feel your needs up. And you would hope that the BPA player that you got would fill one of your needs. And maybe right guard wasn't your biggest need, but in my personal opinion, it was. So yeah, best player available, it addressed the need, but we gotta really go after some of these other picks in day two.
I feel you on the part where you said right guard was not our biggest need, and I agree with that. But for me, we really needed like guys that would get touchdowns and score for us. Like, I know it would have been a little bit of reach, but I feel like I would have slept a little better tonight if we've gotten Hampton there instead of him. That would have been definitely a reach. I feel that.
I'd have been mad as hell.
Booker, I'm not sure 12 overall. It feels a little rich for me.
12 is rich for Booker, but not Hampton?
Only because we need running back a little more, I feel like.
It's a little rich for me. Go ahead.
He says rich for you as well?
Yeah, I mean, Hampton is my 17th guy. Booker is 8. You know what I'm saying? And we picking at 12. I think Booker's the clear pick in that, but that's my personal opinion. And the Cowboys' personal opinion. You know, that doesn't have to, you know, mirror everybody's board.
That's fair. In the third round, who do you think we'd be looking to get at running back? Because if we don't get somebody in the second round, I feel like we could be looking at a situation like we did last year, and Henderson may be gone. It may be just like Giddens and Scatterbo looking at us at the third round, and we got to start to ask ourselves, like, Wessinger may be on the board at some point in 44.
Yeah.
Are we kind of pigeonholed into making a pick at receiver or running back at 44?
No.
Okay.
You know, we just gotta. I think they just play the board. I mean, something's gonna be missing, and I appreciate you, Gavin, for calling in. Something's gonna be missing. Like we're not gonna be able to draft everything at a premium spot, but that's how this team is built. We can just hope that they go and find some help afterwards. But just with these premium picks, I just think do what you can. Do what you can. But I would love it if running back was one of them and wide receiver was the other one. You can find your help, you know, wherever you find your help at. Evan, what up? I'm gonna take two more. Look, hold on. I'm taking Evan now, Jarrell next, and I'm gonna take Nye after that. Everybody else, call me back tomorrow. I love y'all. It's 1:30. Love you to pieces. 105 through the fan wouldn't even let all y'all alone. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna take Evan, Jarrell, and Nye. Everybody else, I'm sorry, I got you in the morning. We'll do it again. We'll do a day after draft reaction. But go ahead, Evan.
How that water tasting, Voch?
You know, man, it tastes like Miller Lite tonight. It tastes like Miller Lite.
Miller, okay.
Miller Lite
you.
sponsoring the draft show,
Valid.
so it tastes like Miller Lite.
Okay.
And the Frankels.
Pause. I wanted to bring up a point. You and Brian was doing a show a couple weeks ago about what can we do to have an elite position group on this team.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you might have achieved that with your interior offensive line, taking Booker.
Yeah.
Because I think BB is a real legit dude.
Yeah.
I think he's just one of those dudes that's just good at he's just good at football. And same with Booker. They're not blowing up the RAS score or whatever, but
yeah,
those are cats that you put some, league average.
Yo, Foot say, hey, Foot, look, Will, all the time about Will Steele, if you listening, man, go in the comments. Foot say Tyler Booker's RAS score isn't all that. Dawg, who looks at that? Who do that?
Yeah, bro.
His RAS score
is not showing up on film.
Hey, please.
So
RAS score. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, get that shit out of here. So, to me, I think you got that with your interior offensive line. You still have the Guyton and the Steele issue on the outsides. We'll see, the new offensive line coaches and stuff. Maybe we can get a little bit better there. But it's tough looking at that receiver 2 spot and not having Golden or Ibuka chilling there, I will say.
Yeah.
But I think we might actually have a team identity now, or it seems like they're going towards that with your OC hire and Shoddy saying, okay, we're going to run the ball, Like, we've been hearing that, but, I mean, if we get a real running back, they're going to try to run the ball, and Dak might not be throwing the ball 35 times a game anymore.
Hope not.
And maybe what do you think about maybe going with like a tight end instead of a receiver if the receiver value's not there, like a Mason Taylor or something?
I wouldn't be big on tight end. I mean, if it's not corner, linebacker, D tackle, running back, then they can hold on to it. I'm not really trying to cover a whole bunch of bases out here though. Appreciate you though, Evan. Good call.
For sure.
Tap in with Evan there, but yeah. I'm not trying to. Let's say the RAS score, man, please. What do you mean, man? Jarrell, what up?
What's up, man? Hey, man, fuck what Carl Thomas talking about on that RAS score.
Oh,
emotional ass nigga. Voch Lombardi late night around this motherfucker. We unplugged right now.
Oh man, yeah, man. I can't do Foots like that, man. I love Foots to death, man. He just
That's your guy, but he was hurting.
Yeah,
he was Carl Thomas. He was emotional as a motherfucker earlier.
Yeah, he was. What you got for the show?
Nothing much, you know.
You
I wasn't no line guy.
Yeah, I got
but like what old boy said won me over. You know what I'm saying? He want to make motherfuckers quit. So I'm with that. He look like he want to do his job.
Yeah.
He gonna fit right in at that right guard spot, and then we gonna keep on moving. But I say now, with that second round pick, like we might as well get a running back with that second round pick, because I like the receiver room right now better than the running back room. Who in the running back room right now for the Dallas Cowboys?
Vontae Williams, Miles Sanders, Deuce Vaughn, and Hunter Lipke.
Man, nah. Go on, let's get us a guy. If we can get who I want to get, I don't even want to jinx it and say who I want. Yeah. But let's go on and get that guy with this second round pick running back. Yeah. Trade the third for a receiver. If they keep talking about that third for Williams, I'll do that. I get that third for Williams, and then after that, go give me a corner, a D tackle, or whatever, you know, with the rest, whatever needs with the rest of them picks or will and deal. But I'll trade a third for Williams for Detroit and get me a running back in the second round. And with this O-line, with Cooper CC, my boy, the rookie at right guard, Tyler at left guard, and, you know, that run up the gut with that running back, somebody that's with it, a thoroughbred, and we going to be good.
Yo, Jarrell, appreciate you, brother. Good call, man.
Hey, no, hold up. Everybody keep talking about this Robin shit. I've been watching Batman for years. I ain't never seen Robin did shit. How many Batman movies we done seen? Robin ain't in there one of them motherfuckers. Go get me an old dog and cane. Give me somebody you like. I don't give a fuck out there. We're going to go get all these motherfuckers. Fuck all that. I need me a rider. Who fucking Robin? Robin ain't never did shit. Go get me somebody. Go get me old dog to go with Kane around this motherfucker. Somebody that's gonna stand on their own and handle their business. I don't need no Robin. Talking about a Robin. Robin ain't never did shit. I'm old. I done seen Batman for a long motherfucking time. I ain't never seen Robin do shit but untie Batman and shit. He ain't never saved the day.
Oh, he say all Robin ever did was untie Batman. That's cool. Oh man, let's get this last one in. What's up, Nye?
What's good, boss? That nigga funny as hell.
Yeah, something going on with him, man. Shouts out to Jarrell though, man. Good call. What's up though, man?
Nah, real quick though, I ain't gonna take long as hell like everybody else. I promise.
Thank you.
Real quick before I get to my point, I just want to congratulate you on all your success, my man, and you know, just want to give you my blessings and love to you. And as a community, we appreciate all the hard work you've been giving to us and all the content. And like, just want to salute you, my man, for real, for real.
Appreciate you, man. That mean the world to me. Salute.
Of course, but my point is, I just want to throw a scenario out to the Cowboys community. I just feel like for a day 2, we have that cool second round pick, but I think we could really move up with that third round pick. I just think a scenario maybe we could trade for a team with a third and maybe like a 6th round, move to a 2 second round picks. I just think if you want to add more offensive or defensive fire to your team and you want some premier picks, you can do that. I just want to throw a scenario out there, but that's all I wanted to say, and just congratulate you, and you know, blessings to you, my man.
Appreciate you, my brother. That mean the world to me, man. You know, this is something I've been wanting to do for a long time, man. So I appreciate you. So you know, I said I was gonna take like these last calls with like one person hanging on there. I just wonder if they sleep. Let me just see something real quick.
Dog, I'm so happy you unmuted me, man.
Man,
I'm just.
I guess you ain't sleeping.
Ahead, bro.
I guess we'll go ahead and take your call then. What's up? Who this?
Hey, man, it's JR, man.
What up, JR? What you got for the show?
I just got real quick.
Yeah.
Why Skywalker tripping on Alfred? Ra's al Ghul ain't raised Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Alfred, the whole MI6 dude.
Yeah.
But more important than that, in this draft, I was like most of everybody. I wanted the Flash. I wanted the Flash. We all want Tedder Rover McMillan.
Yeah.
We all wanted that.
Yeah.
But now we gonna get a lineman who gonna walk through. Did you see the walkthrough? How he walked up to go and greet Goodell?
Nah, man.
Did you see that? That's like a WWE walkthrough. Like, yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
We got an offensive lineman with attitude. Like, I love all of our old linemen. I love Tyron. I love Zach Martin.
Yeah.
But one thing they ain't have is words to give. I promise you, we got a dog now.
Yeah.
I promise you that.
Yeah, he's a
That's
good
all
player.
I gotta say, man. I love you. Hey, love Bride too.
Yeah.
Love both of y'all, man. Keep doing it.
Appreciate you, man. Good call, man. Salute. Man. Chat, y'all doing all right, man. Y'all good, man. Chat, y'all straight, y'all good. We gonna bring the salt and pepper back one day, man. Not today, because we got a bunch of new people. We can't let somebody's first episode be us doing full blown salt and pepper stuff. So, we gonna wait till a more casual day to do salt and pepper lounge. But we'll do a little. We'll read some supers in salt and pepper voice. Is it anybody first time here? Is this anybody's first live stream? Because we haven't streamed since the season. Is this anybody's first stream? Let me know as I set up to read supers and get us up out of here. And there's no way anybody's up right now, right? There's no way. I know damn well Fuss ain't dropped no video about Tyler Booker and he's smiling in the thumbnail. Man, I'm gonna cuss Fuss ass out, man. That's what I be talking about, man. That's what I be talking about, man. Fuss in the thumbnail smiling. What's smile? What's you smiling for? I be talking about, man. Man, Fuss ain't got no act right, man. Fuss ain't got no home training. All right, here we go. I gotta go to chiropractor in the morning. I don't know what we're gonna do. Supers. It's a lot of y'all too. I appreciate y'all. Brother Reeves said he dropped the dub and said, "Let's go." Appreciate it, Brother Reeves. Zachary Bright dropped a dime and says, "With one in the bag, who's your top 3 targets that could be there at 44? I'm happy so far. I wanted Booker out of any offensive lineman. Love the work. Keep it up. Much love." 3 guys: Luther Burden, Carson Swessinger, Travion Henderson. Those are my 3. Mookie Blaylock dropped the deuce and says, "Most likely team for Burden and Henderson." Shit, us. Us. No loud sounds. Eric Brown dropped the deuce and says, "Go save Cowboys Nation, Voch. Everybody losing it." Yeah, they've been going crazy. It's good to go. What up, Duck? He dropped the 5 and says, "Great job tonight. Thanks for being the voice of reason, man." You know what time it is. First calling me, but I'm reading supers. What's up, Bradley? I know your ass ain't smiling on that thumbnail, Foot.
Oh, I heard you just told me.
I know your ass ain't smiling on that thumbnail, Foot.
Go watch the video first before you say I'm smiling.
I'm streaming. I'm streaming. I don't know what you said in the video, but I see your ass smiling.
Don't troll me.
Over cheesing his hell talking about something. What's my RAS score? Please go ahead.
It sucked. It was all red. That's exactly what it was.
Okay, we running duo.
What I'm gonna tell you.
Go ahead.
Huh?
Go ahead. We running duo.
You can't run duo every play, and this is what I'm trying to explain to you.
That's what we thought about.
Yeah. Nah, this is what I'm trying to explain to you. When we can't score, I don't want to hear shizzneasel. I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to hear none of y'all in the comments complaining when we can't score, or when it's CD and it's where's everybody at. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Don't say it.
Why would we call you when we can't score, Foot?
Y'all gonna cry and whine like y'all always do. Jack needs help. He needs help. He can't do everything. Get ready. I don't want to hear it, bro. I don't want to hear it.
Well, I should have drafted somebody different then.
When is the next time we gonna draft the 12 box? Let me know.
I don't know. I'm just a YouTuber. I just break down the players we get. I know I work in the same building now, but I'm not even allowed to ask Jerry what the hell going on. He don't want my advice. I don't know.
I just want to know, right? This is what I want to know, boss. Why not Matthew Golden over Tyler Booker?
I don't know. I had Golden. Okay. Well, don't let me answer the question you just said. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll let you talk. Go ahead.
Nah, bro, stop the passive aggressive stuff. See, this is what I don't like. This is what bots do, y'all.
I'll let you talk.
This is crazy. This is crazy work. And then I'm gonna tell you something else. Y'all don't realize, right, that y'all point about, oh yeah, fix the O-line and like how we draft is actually working against us because we're admitting that we can't coach a developed line. Either side of the ball.
You probably can't.
We're admitting that we can't develop Mozzie, but we're gonna put it all on Mozzie. And now I'm hearing that Tyler Smith, the same Tyler Smith, you don't want to play left tackle. Remember that. Keep him at guard. What is the staff saying? Oh, he might play left tackle. That's in the guards.
It's 3 o'clock. It's 3 o'clock in the morning for you. Why you mad? Why you mad? Why you?
I'm mad. No, I'm not mad. He's the pick now. We gotta make it make sense.
Why you?
I'm actually on the way. I'm about to go to a show.
Why you screaming at 3 in the morning, Fuzz? Come on, man.
I'm on the road. I'm not whatchamacallit at all.
Be safe. Be safe then, bro.
No. You don't get to troll me and then just hang up like that. You don't get to.
Shit, you gotta be. You think I can't troll and hang up? You crazy as hell. You think I can't troll and hang up? You say I can't do what? And play some jazz music over the top. Let me put my watch back on. Hold on. Yeah, I thought I was got some new energy. Let me put my watch back on. Put my Seiko back on with my Jubilee bracelet. What'd he say? I can't do what? Come on, dog. What's going on, man? Let's get back to them supers, man. I don't know what's going on. Fuss's RAS score ain't good to be coming on here talking about some shit crazy. What was I doing? Supers. Well, that's me. All right, there we are. Appreciate you, Duck. Dallas Bonillas dropped a dime and said, shaking my head, much love, but you and Brian never mentioned the Cowboys shit. Much love, but you and Brian never mentioned Cowboys should draft Booker. I know you work with the Cowboys now, but this is a reach, no longer a number 2. What show was that? Was it you? Like, you know, I don't want all that good Whataburger to go to
Karras, Bobby Bell, backside.
Everybody want to know about the Will Johnson thing, man.
Run 40s and buying a when a kid looks, don't worry about it. We all the but he's a and measurables and stuff.
I know what to do. Hold on. I'm so childish, bro. I'm sorry. It's hold on. There's a fast way to do this. I got a little time. I ain't got a lot. I got a little time. Hold on. I got a little time. Hold on. And hold on. I got a little time. Hold on, because I know a little trick. I found a new trick to find stuff I've been saying. Hold on. Hold on. I found a trick. Hold on. All right, here we
go. They have Simmons, Mimbow, Booker, maybe even Walker or Williams over Golden.
And we are back. There's another one too. Hold on. I just one more. Hold on. I just got it. Hold on. Like, you know, if it ain't on this one, then hold on. If it ain't on this one, wait. If it ain't on this one, I'm quitting, because it's like 6 shows that we hold on. You don't mess around with Voch Lombardi. See, Voch Lombardi make you quit. You know what I'm saying? Voch Lombardi make you quit. Mimbow, and I actually,
but they didn't Mimbow.
And I would take Mimbow, and I actually had it written down here to ask you about Mimbow. If that's the situation, I told him I'll take Booker, Mimbow, and Simmons. I would. Yeah. I got it. Let me take my glass off and stare at you. And that's the last 3 episodes. So your ass missing shows, player. You ain't even watching shows for real. You ain't even keep up, my boy. Do you watch these shows? You just skim through them. What's going on? I know it's late too, but I act like it ain't. You know what I'm saying? What was his name? Go find him. What was his name? Go find him. What'd he say? What did that mean? I'm gonna find you. Hold on. I'm gonna find your ass. I'm gonna find your ass. Hold on. I want to say your name. Man, you look, I don't feel like finding your ass, boy. you look, I don't feel like. Hey, you look, I don't feel like looking for you right now. You look, I don't feel like. Hold on, can I use that same trick right here? Can I use that same trick? Okay, no, I can't. Okay, I can't. You look, I can't use that same trick. I'm gonna try to find your ass. All right, man, let's read these supers, man. Let's read these supers we get about it. Let's read these supers we get about it. As we listen to Jazz. Foots text me. What he say? He say, damn, you hung up on me. You say, hey, don't tell me what I won't do now. I'll tell you what I want to do. What am I joining at? Can I get the Love Pieces to play? What's her name? There we go, Love Pieces. Oh, you the super chat. Oh, my bad. I was looking for your ass. Dallas Bonillas. You say shaking my head. He gonna start off with an all cap shaking my head. Much love though. You don't love me, man. Justin D dropped a dime and says, we have a good track record with first round offensive lineman picks. Everyone seriously needs to chill. Hey, and if Guyton can improve, then it's on. Justin dropped another dime and says, good to see Will Steele again. I know. I missed that guy. Love Skywalker Steele. We'll do some more work till we get it all figured out. John Jr. dropped a deuce and says, am I crazy for liking Higgins more than McMillan? Yes. Nova guy that bomb dropped a dime and says, people need to understand that wanting and being able to are two different things. Johnny Jr. dropped another 5. That's dropped a 5-7 altogether. He says, I remember we were mad about picking Fredericks and Martin, but they were great picks. I love the Booker pick. I was mad at Frederick. I wasn't mad at Martin. Just Call Me Dom dropped a 5 and says, need bullies against the Eagles front four. That'd be my point. What did speed do for Xavier Worthy and one of the greatest quarterbacks ever? We've got to play. We got to play them twice a year. All right, the Eagles could have used some old line there. I mean the Chiefs could use some old line there, and they got their guy. Eliad Martinez dropped a deuce and says, you can't justify this pick at 12. Boy, I did, 2 hours of justifying? It's all right. It's all right. Justin D came back and dropped another dime and says, Cowboy Nation, don't sleep. He said, Cowboy Nation, don't sleep. We too stressed out. Still, though, Dallas Cowboys feel like, hey, man, don't be stressed, man. But I appreciate all y'all for hanging out with me today. It means the world to me. Thank you. Aaron Padilla dropped a deuce and says, Puff Puff Pass, his name is Tyler Booker. Huevo. That's Spanish. X Thornton 13 says, Voch, I appreciate your hard work. Please, let's keep going. Let's keep this train rolling. You opened up a passion in watching tape and learning all these players. Much love to you and Brian as well. Appreciate you, sir. Oh, come on, Brother Brad. Ay, no. Ay, no, Brother Brad. No, Brother Brad. No, Brother Brad. I did what?
Hurt my feelings, bro.
I know you lying.
That was lame.
No, it ain't.
I'm just trying to. No, we gonna talk about this. You're not getting off the hook, bro.
Foots.
This is me and my brother having a great debate.
Let me tell you the difference. Cause I was about to say your ass ain't got to bed to lay down in. You on a road trip. I'm finna go to bed. So you got one quick question. Go ahead.
No, hold on, no. You don't get to rush me.
I'll hang up on your ass again. I'll hit this goddamn end button right now. I hit this motherfucker right now.
This is the Mississippi coming out of you. Know what? I'm gonna sleep on it, bro. I love you, bro.
Love you too, man. We'll talk about it.
No. Actually, I'm not gonna sleep. That's what I want to say. If now you got a parent with a running back, would you at least agree with that?
Yes.
Because we can agree that the running back room sucks, Voch.
Yep.
Right or wrong?
Yep, I agree.
Like, no trolling, Voch. Like, seriously.
I agree.
Like
Miles Sanders and Deuce and Hunter Lipke and Javante. Yep. I agree.
Thanks for calling me back, bro. You do great work. Love you, man.
I love you, man. We'll talk about it whenever you get back.
All right, for sure.
All right, bro. Oh, it's 3:00 in the morning. Foots want to scream. Man, what? Man, it's 3 in the morning. Let's do it tomorrow. Yo, Foots drinking them Celsius, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, Foots just won his receiver, man. It's all good. Have I watched Jay Toya? Yeah, he's a good moving big dude. Really active, don't really get sacks, but he's heavy as hell. I got him in the end of day 3 somewhere. Blue Star Game dropped a dime and says, how would you feel about Henderson in the second and Savion in the third? I think that's a cool little situation there. I think that's a cool little situation there. Armando Rios dropped a 5 and says, can you give a percentage chance the Cowboys will come out tomorrow with Ravel and Travion? Those two guys that probably go in the second. And if they even make it to Dallas. So I'll say like, what, 3%? Splenda dropped a deuce and says, Voch, Foot still trying to troll you. Unfortunately, I know. And Blue Star Game dropped a dime and says, tell Foot Schoonmaker RAS score was 9.86. How that been working out for us? Man, Foot ain't serious about that RAS stuff, man. Foot ain't for real. Chat, I love y'all to pieces, man. This was gonna happen. I was gonna watch a little film tonight, but the show ran a little long, and I enjoyed talking to y'all, man. Y'all needed we needed to love on each other and have a conversation tonight, so we ran a little long, but it's okay. I'm gonna get up incredibly early in the morning. I'm gonna go to the chiropractor, get fixed up over there. I might do a next day episode of Doing All Right with Brian Broadus, and I'm gonna get another Tyler Booker film session out. There's already one that's out. Y'all can go watch that one. I'm gonna get another Tyler Booker film session out before we go into day 2. And then day 2, I'm gonna run over to the Star in Frisco. We're gonna do it all over again. And yeah, we're gonna go live tomorrow night and talk about it all over again. All right. I love y'all to pieces, man. Y'all hold it down for the Doski Woski, the Peasky Whiskey. Until next time. Shouts out to the Frankles, you know. Shouts out to everybody tuned in. Love y'all to pieces. And until next time.